Many TOEFL candidates struggle with the complete the words task in TOEFL reading because they don't know the right strategies to find the missing letters quickly. But if you know the techniques that high-scoring test takers use, this task becomes much easier. We've helped thousands of students prepare this way through our TOEFL packages. They discover how strategic preparation can completely change their results. In this video, you'll get 8 powerful tips that can help you score high in the Complete the Words task. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to approach this task strategically and avoid common mistakes that can cost you points. Tip number 1 is to understand exactly what the Complete the Words task tests. This task tests your ability to process written text for meaning and form. You need to figure out what word makes sense in the context and how to spell it correctly. You'll see a paragraph that's about 70 to 100 words long on an academic topic. The first sentence is usually complete with no missing letters. After that, the second half of every second word is deleted, and you need to fill in the missing letters. Each paragraph contains 10 words with missing letters. The TOEFL examiners score you based on how accurately you can complete these words. You need to understand the context, know proper spelling, and recognize common word patterns in English. Tip number 2 is essential. Work through the paragraph systematically from beginning to end instead of jumping around. This approach helps you build understanding as you go and makes each word easier to complete. When you read the paragraph in order, each sentence builds on the previous one. The meaning develops logically, and later sentences often clarify or expand on earlier ideas. If you skip around, you might miss important context that makes a word obvious. Let's take a look at an example. If you work systematically, you read the complete first sentence and understand the topic is about technology changing education. Then you move to the first word with missing letters. The context from the first sentence helps you see this must be platforms, because we're talking about digital technology. The next word must be instant, because digital platforms provide instant access. The word makes sense in this context about technology. Then you need a preposition connecting access to educational resources. That preposition is to. The next word must be resources, because the paragraph is about accessing educational materials. Finally, the paragraph says from something, the world. The incomplete word has to be around because it refers to getting resources from different places globally. As you can see, if you work systematically, you build your understanding with each word you complete. This makes the task flow smoothly instead of feeling like disconnected puzzle pieces. Tip number 3 is to use context clues from the words around the missing letters. The words before and after the gap give you important information about what the missing word should be. Look at the grammar of the sentence. If you see a or an before the gap, you know a noun is coming. If you see the before a gap and a verb after it, the missing word is probably a noun. That's the subject of the sentence. If there's a subject before the gap and an object after it, you're looking for a verb. Additionally, pay attention to the meaning of the surrounding words. They often point you directly to what the missing word should be. Here is an example. Look at the first gap. You see they before it, which is a subject pronoun, so you need a verb. The context about entrepreneurs and business strategies tells you this is identify, because that's what entrepreneurs do with market opportunities. For the second gap, you have market before it and after it. What comes after market? The word is opportunities. The context about business strategies makes this clear because entrepreneurs look for opportunities. For the third gap, and before it connects this verb to identify, so you need another verb in the same form. The word is create because entrepreneurs create solutions. The surrounding words point you directly to the answer. Let's take a look at the next gap. There is to, and then comes the incomplete word. This shows us that the word is likely a verb. The verb must be meet, because if you continue reading, you can see that the remainder of the sentence must be consumer needs. Successful entrepreneurs create solutions to meet consumer needs. By the way, if you want this channel to keep going, write yes in the comments. Click like and subscribe. We only make videos that you actually want to watch. Tip number 4 is crucial for spelling accuracy. Look for common word patterns and endings in English. When you recognize these patterns, you can complete words more confidently and avoid spelling mistakes. Many academic words have predictable endings such as meant or ness. If you see letters at the beginning of a word that could form these endings, that's probably what you're looking for. Similarly, pay attention to common prefixes like an, re, or pre. These appear frequently and can help you figure out what the complete word should be. Let me give you some examples. If you see this incomplete word in a sentence that talks about something being necessary, the word is probably important. The pattern im at the beginning and the context suggesting necessity point you to this common word. If you see this incomplete word in a sentence about giving or adding something, you're looking at contribute. The ending "ute" is a common pattern for verbs in English. Recognizing these patterns helps you complete words accurately even when you're working quickly. Tip number 5 focuses on grammar. Think about what part of speech the missing word should be based on the sentence structure. Grammar rules help you narrow down your options significantly. For example, if you see 2 nouns in a row, the first one might be functioning as an adjective describing the second. If you see to followed by a gap, you're likely looking for a verb in its base form. If there's a gap after a linking verb like is or was, you might need an adjective or a noun. Additionally, consider verb tenses and agreement. If the subject is plural, the verb needs to match. If the paragraph is in past tense, verbs should be in past tense too. Let me show you how this works. Look at this sentence. For the first incomplete word, the structure students followed by from tells you this is a verb. The word is benefit in present tense because students benefit from these experiences. For the second incomplete word, you have that introducing a relative clause. Then comes the gap, and then comes them to apply. This tells you the gap is a verb. What verb makes sense? The answer is allow. The grammar structure points you directly to the answer. Here's another example. For the first incomplete word, you see improves as the verb and the missing letters before health. You need an adjective to describe health. The word is physical. Let's take a look at the next incomplete word. You can see the word and, which connects the incomplete verb to improves, so you need another verb in the same form. The word is reduces. Now, check out the last incomplete word. The structure shows you need an adverb describing how stress levels are reduced. The word is significantly. Understanding grammar rules makes the complete the words task much more straightforward. Tip number 6 is strategic. Use the number of dashes as a clue to help you figure out the word. The number of dashes tells you how many letters are missing. This can help you narrow down your options. When you see the number of missing letters, think about common words that would fit that length in the given context. If you see 3 dashes, you need to add 3 letters. If you see 7 dashes, you need to add 7 letters. This is especially helpful when you're choosing between similar words. The gap length eliminates some possibilities and confirms others. Here is how this works. Look at this sentence. You see IMPL at the start and 7 dashes after it. This tells you the complete word has 7 more letters. The word implement only has 5 more letters, but implemented has 7 more letters. So that's the word we are looking for. Here's another example. The incomplete word has 2 missing letters. There are a few words starting with STU, such as students, studious, or study. But study is the only word that fits and makes sense. Using the gap length as a clue helps you verify your answers and choose the right word when you're uncertain between multiple options. Count the dashes carefully and make sure your answer has exactly that many letters. Tip number 7 is important for time management. Don't overthink short words with just a few missing letters. These are usually common words that you use every day, like the, and, or for. Let me show you examples. Look at this sentence. The incomplete word has 4 missing letters. This is through. The phrase express emotions through their work is natural and common. When you see very short gaps like T blank or A blank, these are usually articles, conjunctions, or prepositions like to, at, or an. My final tip is about accuracy. Check your spelling carefully before you move on to the next question. Even if you know what word belongs in the gap, spelling it incorrectly means you lose the point. Pay special attention to commonly misspelled words in English. Words with double letters like occurred, beginning, or committed often trip candidates up. Words with silent letters like knowledge or necessary require careful attention. Before you submit an answer, review your spelling. This simple check can prevent careless mistakes that cost you points. That's it! Those are 8 essential tips for scoring high in the Complete the Words task in TOEFL reading. If you're serious about achieving the TOEFL score you need, check out our TOEFL packages using the link below. We'll guide you step by step on how to score high, so you'll feel confident on test day. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified when the next video comes out. Also, share this video with your friends so they can improve their TOEFL score too. See you in the next video!